Hello once again. Today still is Sunday. This is the fourth video I'm putting up today. Time is 9:30 in the evening. Today is 27th on Sunday, May. Explained in the last videos, the very previous one, about how the eyes of a believer, the eyes of a beloved, the eyes that God has given us, it's His camera. And we have to focus it on the right subject and right object. Baha'u'llah continues to say, Mi nabinad chashm'u juz ru'yu, will not sin. Mi nabinad will not sin. Chashm'u, chashm, eye, his, juz except, ru'yu means face, his. So will not sin his eyes except his face. If the eye is the eye of God that you have in you, you automatically will look onto his face. It will not fall onto the face of others. If it does, it's not his eyes. It's not focused. Minaparrat. In poetry, we put a stress on R for the meter. The word is Persian, it does not have a stress on it really. It should be naparat. But in the poetry we say minaparrat. R becomes twice to serve the meter. Minaparrat will not fly. Morg'u, his bird, except towards his residence, towards his street, towards his nest. So if the bird is of his bird, it will automatically not seek anything except his abode. The word morg, which means bird, is, we have talked about this, it's alluding to the story of the Sufis about the 30 birds, many birds that decided to go to see the king of the birds, who's called Simorg, which in Persian means 30 bird, would be literal translation of the king of the bird. The 30 bird was the king of the birds, and the birds, when they went there, they found there are only 30 of them, and then they said that maybe we together are the 30 bird. So this is why this morg is alluding to that story, that morg, that bird will not fly except to the abode of the beloved. Then it gives us the effect of love, whether it is union or what is separation. Both of them, leads in consummations. He says, از وصالش جان عشاقان بسوخت. From his reunion, the life of the عشاقان, beloveds, not the lovers, the life of the lovers بسوخت, burned away, consumed. Because of their reunion to God, their life, these lovers, their life are consumed. Then it goes in contrast. He says, Was فراقش نار دلها برفروخت. Not of the reunion, but of his separation. Firaq means separation. Ash means his. Vaz is va'az. The A is omitted. And from his firaq, his separation, nare, the fire of dilha, the hearts, barfrucht, inflamed. There was a fire in the heart and it was inflamed because of the separation from God. Now Baha'u'llah says, love as you know it, love as you describe it, love as you feel it, whether it's the reunion or separation of your beloved, it ends up in consummations. So many lines of the poetry Persian Sufis and Persian mystics have written about their separation from God and the reunion with God. Is all the stories of yearning, exuberance, and sad stories. It's not the story of happiness. Baha'u'llah says, consequently, pass, then, or consequently, pass, then, besuzat, will burn away. Ashiq, the lover, bijan, lifeless, and sar. This B applies also to sar. That means the lover who has no head and no life, he will burn away consequently. From what? Hamze hejro, hamze waslash ey pesar. Ham, also from his separation and also from his reunion, O pesar, O son. Pesar means son. God, Baha'u'llah, addresses us as his son. When I reached to that line as a kid, 18, I felt he's talking to me. I am the son. How personal we can take, eh? I took it very personally because these things were just as if exactly the words that I wanted to say or I wished to say. I wasn't able to write something like that, but the beauty of it was so good that I wished I could say that. So I felt a pesar, he's talking to me, O son. So, Baha'u'llah says here, the love, the effect of love, whether it's reunion or separation, ends up in consummations. It says, maybe it is not the love towards the true beloved. So many people in Iran, I remember, they were totally in love with Ayatollah Khomeini. Too bad. Because when you go to him and you get him, he's a demagogue. You die because of the wrong beloved. So many of these youth, they were just totally in love with Bin Laden, taking the demagogue as God. So, reunion to this God, to this demagogue, he will just eat you away. You're a prey to his mouth. And when you're separating, you think, oh God, I'm missing such a big things. This is the reference. That while love is innocent, the beloved may not be. How many times people fall in love with a false beloved. Therefore, they have this false love towards somebody that he does not deserve it. However, if the love is innocent, the man will be saved. Baha'u'llah says, from the beak of the love, if the wayfarer in the seven valleys can escape, because the beloved sometimes is the female tarantula. In the union, I believe, if I'm correct, the male tarantula, when mates the female tarantula, the tarantula will eat, literally consume, the male one. The male dies, becomes the food of the female. How often this is the case. So Baha'u'llah says there's a way out. He says, پس تو عشق حق رفیق خود بدان. Pas means then or therefore, to you, عشق حق, the love of the truth. The love for the truth. Then you then you love of the truth, rafiq, means comrade, friend, yourself, khud means self, bedan, consider, understand. So, پس تو عشق حق, therefore, you the love of the truth, رفیق خود بدان, know as your friend. تا شوی پران, till you become پران, flying. پران means flying. The قید, from قید, the chain, the captivity of this world. This world, Baha'u'llah says, is a jail. It's the captivity. Is actually the womb. The idea is that you have to born out of this womb. Live though, not dead, not handicapped. So, in this bizarre of these feelings of love that we have, Baha'u'llah says, both separation and the reunion burns you, burns the wayfarer. How do we get out of this? Is you have to have the love of the truth, the true love. The true love, it does not refers to the measures of it. It says, Ishq haq means the love of the truth. You have to know your friend till you become paran, flying. The qaid means chain, obstacles in this Jahan world. And defining the love, on one line here anyways, gives the sign of it. He says, عشق آن باشد که جان فانی کنی. عشق, love, on that باشد, would be, که you, جان, که that, جان, life, فانی کنی. Fani means destroy کنی. Destroy, to destroy. Love is the one that you destroy your life for. You give your life. This is not, by the way, the suicide mission that some of these people have in the East. Because they're following wrong philosophy, therefore a wrong beloved, therefore a demagogue. But if it is the love of the truth, how under the banner of the truth you're going to kill other people? You won't. You protect the people. And for the protections you die. You're not offending. You're only protecting. You're brave. You're in love. They protect the truth. And you protect the people. They protect the truth. In the way, not willingly, but consequently, you die. جان و دل در ملک باقی افکنی. Not just to sacrifice your life, but also the heart. Del means heart, Jan means soul. Life, the soul and the heart, در in ملک, place, باقی, immortal, افکنی, to throw. So, you sacrifice your life because you are putting your life and heart into the world of the place of immortality, the placeless. Love is a big issue, especially love towards God. There is so much of explanation has been made about love. If any time a person does something over and over, regardless, he will get habituated to that. Then he finds he can't do anything else, even if it is collecting a hockey card. That creates a consistency in the person towards something that may not be right. But the consistency itself is good, is right. Collectioners are like this, collectionists. The collectors are create a line of consistency, liking something. The only problem is that what they like is wrong. If it was towards the God, it was towards the truth. If it was towards to collect all the book of Baha'u'llah, write it, to read it, to see what it is, then it would be right. Now, as they understand more of it, in the case of Baha'u'llah's work, not hockey card, that will open their mind. Their heart is already on it because they've been consistently doing this. Keep doing, overdoing and overdoing and overdoing. Then they get habituated. It's kind of like addiction. A love generates towards the truth, if it is Baha'u'llah, if it is his writing, if it is the number of people you want to know that you have brought into the faith, if those are the things that you're collecting, they are your wealth. That's how the fall of the love kicks in. Every time there's an opportunity that you feel you have to defend somebody, to protect somebody, to help somebody, to give somebody, that feeling in there is a little flame that comes out. If you feed it, if you respond to it, it will become love. But love is always comes with a philosophy and with a manifestation of that philosophy. So if the philosophy is wrong, and the person you love automatically following that philosophy would be wrong, you will be consumed. It's a love with no reason. It's a love that does not help anybody. Here the person basically loses his mind. It is truly an intoxication of the wrong ideology. It is an addiction because there's no reason for why this man pushes too much about Jesus Christ the way some of the Westerners are, or about Muhammad, or about anybody without any reasons. And when they hear the reason, no reason is good enough for them. They become blindfolded. So, doing something, anything, over, if it is wrong things, you get addicted, such as alcohol, drug, anything as such. And the consequence is very demeaning, is very bad. But if it is towards the good things, such as helping a nation, such as like Bill Gates wants to help, the more closer and logical and reasonable is what you're doing. You can back it up when they ask you by the reason, by the explanation, the more firmer you become in the love business. You get into it more and more, simply because you have done it over and over. Then it turns into love. I still call this my hobby. Love is the day that I stand in a field when my killers, they come to me. I ask them for a pen. That's my last wish. On that I will write. Use all the power in the world that you have to free these killers. Do not. This is my wish. Let them go. They have not committed an act against my will. Let them go. I'm not asking them to kill me, but I cannot stop them either, it seems. But I can stop hating them. I would not hate them. Because there's no such a thing as killing a man. Killing a man is like killing his car. Then you destroy somebody's car for him to die. No, my body is that car. Nothing will happen to me. Or if anything happens after it, I'm solely responsible for. Anyways, we're getting into the more and more new ideologies of Baha'u'llah, because this Hijr and Wasl, Hijr means separation, Wasl means reunion, is a big topic in the mysticism and the Sufism in Iran. Baha'u'llah rejects them both. We will see that again later on. Okay.